Hello. Yeah. Just make sure your audio is included as well. Oh yeah, for X3, yeah, I'll still be doing that. At 720. I might try that at some point, but we'll see what happens. Well, my bitrate's at 4,000. Yeah.
Let's see if it comes out on the stream. No, I'm not coming out on the stream. Have you got it? Oh yes, yeah, it is. Oh, that's quite a delay though there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, yeah. Discord can be muted. Oh yes.
So it's just the one this evening, righty-ho.
Yep, just the one, I believe, a Williams car.
Yeah, Anil Patel.
And there was only one reserve that didn't show up. That's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a good race then. Ugh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fraser McKenzie here, and welcome to the start of tonight's Extreme Racing League coverage. We are at the Red Bull Ring here in Austria, and joining me on commentary this evening, it's not Matt Anderson. Instead, it is Mr. Ben Hazelwood. Ben, welcome to the commentary box this evening.
Good evening.
How are we doing this fine day?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this is definitely one of my favourite tracks on the calendar. Doing a bit of practice earlier in the week, and I managed to my qualifying time managed to get to a 1:05.
Oh, 5 what? Because that's what I just managed to break the 1.5s today.
1:05.2, I think it was.
Or we would be very close.
Yeah, but nevertheless, there's 19 drivers with us this evening because we do have one person serving a race ban in the form of Anil Patel. Ended up getting 2 qualifying bans for a couple of incidents during qualifying last week, and 2 qualifying bans resulting in a full race ban. So he's not going to be here this weekend, which is going to be a bit of a hammer blow for Williams in the midfield battle for the Constructors' Championship. Talking of the standings, Philip Nilsson, second race in a row he's not here for. So that's why Matt Anderson is filling in that slot this evening. We've got the boss back in action tonight. Cesar Lopez back in action. We've got Chris Harley. We've got Chris Allen, Anthony Bauer, Irving Diaz, Pushkar Nigam, Jack Smith, Michael Booker, Anthony Waddington, our defending champion, Elijah LeBlanc, Jorge Simone, Matt Anderson, and this man here, Callum MacArthur, Owen Lewis, Pete Polini, Cesar Lopez, Dean Barry, Arthur Bowler, JBL, and Matt Piclou. So that is your lineup for this evening. The championship standings: Philip Nilsson 109 points, Anthony Waddington 89, Anthony Bauer 84 points, Arthur Bowler 71, Owen Lewis 70, Dean Barry 68, Chris Harley 60 points, Hanil Patel 46, Caesar 32, and Rian Fori with 16 points. In the Constructors' Championship, you've got Red Bull at the top with 173, Racing Point with 150. A majority of those points would have been from Philip Nilsson. Mercedes 103, Alfa Romeo 82, Ferrari 78, Williams 67, Renault 66, Toro Rosso 45, McLaren 42, and Haas at the bottom with 26. 1 minute 6.1, that's the first lap of the day for Callum MacArthur and
not
Chris.
anymore.
Chris with a 105.7, Dean Barry 105.1, and Anthony Bauer 104.8. That's a great lap time.
I have some weather reports for us.
Ah, excellent. So
We have
it
dry
does
collie.
look very...
And for the race, we have cloudy, and our favourite towards the end, a little bit of rain.
Oh, we're going to get a bit of rain towards the end of the race tonight, folks. Oh boy, that's going to be a field day.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, here is Owen Lewis. He runner-up in the Drivers' Championship last season. Coming round, last couple of corners now to finish his lap. Round the final corner, DRS wide open. What's his time going to be? 105.5. That puts him 7th at the moment.
I'm on board with Pushkar at the moment, just coming down the home straight to set his lap. Looks quite slow, 118.6.
He
Invalidated as well. Well, the map didn't tell me, stupid map. Just trying to find the next person. Everybody else is either in the pits. Got Jet on a outlap.
Jack Smith, Holgate, and Caesar on flying laps in a moment. So there you go. Let's ride with Caesar for.
That's it. I just jumped on board.
Let's ride with Caesar just now. He's coming down the straight. The tight right hander of turn 3 brakes to about 40 miles an hour, and then third DRS zone on the run down to turn 4. It's another tight right-hander. Accelerating towards just over 200 miles an hour. Brakes down to about 60. And then turns 5 and 6. Looks okay through the second sector. 2 corners to go, 190 miles an hour for turn 9, and then round for turn 10, DRS wide open, and he's got a 1 minute 5.9, that puts him 9th at the moment. So
I did notice he made the mistake of
good lap time.
Using all of his...
Good lap time from Caesar.
Yeah, he used all of his ERS though, so he lost a good fair bit of time down the home straight, not having the extra electrical boost.
So we've got Chris Harley and Jorge on outlap, on flying laps at the moment. Pushkar, 1 minute 5.587. Puts him into 8th.
I'm on with
1 minute 5.4 puts him 7th.
I'm on with Beard Boost at the moment in sector 3. His lap time is looking pretty quick. It'll be good to see what he's going to cross the line with. Around the last turn.
Around the final corner, very quick through that final
DRS.
corner. And across the line, 1 minute 5.147.
That is a good lap time there.
Exactly 3/10 slower than Anthony Bauer.
I wish I could go around at those sort of lap times.
Yeah, with 19 cars this evening, we'll be losing the slowest 4 from this part of qualifying, which as it stands is Michael Booker, Anthony Waddington, Elijah LeBlanc and Matt Anderson. But Booker's on an outlap right now. Waddington, LeBlanc and Anderson electing to stay in the pits for the time being. Now with Philip Nilsson not being here for the second weekend running, could that prove advantageous for the Red Bull boys as far as the hunt for the championship is concerned?
Oh, most definitely. Because, as we all know, Phil likes to put on a good show and would most probably, so I don't want to say take the win, but would stand a very good chance. But, as you say, not attending 2 races in a row, that's potentially 52 points he's missed out on.
Yeah, he didn't lose as much ground as we were expecting last week in France with a sort of middling performance from our defending champion Waddington, with a poor qualifying performance as well, and caught up in a couple of incidents at the start. But Anthony Bauer was more than able to help minimise the damage to Red Bull's hunt for the Constructors' Championship.
Yep. I was just watching both the Renaults there. It looked like Booker had a handy little toe through some of the DRS sections. So that's definitely going to help his lap time, as long as obviously they didn't get out of the way. But it looked like he moved quite fairly out of the way for him. But
that is
Booker definitely had the toe.
Advantageous.
Is he can cross the
And
line?
across the line, 1 minute 6. Puts him out of the danger zone for now.
Just sat 15th, so we've still got Waddington, Smooth and Anderson to come out again, so I think he's going to have to run again.
Yeah, and he's got the time. We've got about 8 minutes left in the session. He's still got time. Here's LeBlanc, no relation to Matt. Down the main straight and across the line. 1 minute 6.4 doesn't put him out of danger for the moment.
That's not actually a bad time though for Elijah there. And we've got Calzone coming out, because I'm sat on board with Waddington waiting for him to basically make an appearance, but...
And Anthony Bauer goes faster still with a 1 minute 4.7. Arthur Bowler with a 1 minute 4.9.
Somebody needs to stop feeding him some Weetabix. He's too fast. Slow down, boy.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's Weetabix he's having for his breakfast. It's he's doing a Valtteri Bottas. he's doing a Bottas, and he's got some porridge every day for breakfast.
Yeah. We've got 3 on outlaps at the moment. Got Jet, Penku,
the McLarens,
CJ Allen.
the McLarens of Allen, Piccolo, and Smith.
How do you remember their real names?
How do I do that? Well, I think part of it's down to the fact that with me being one of the OG members of TOTD and XRL, it's one of the things that I needed to do some research on to be able to remember the names.
Yes, yeah, no, it's good because obviously I know a few of the drivers by their real name, but my way of doing it when I do it, it's quite good to get to know their real names actually, is say you're a first time viewer, you're going to be like, who is who? But you pick them up very, very quickly, don't you? Like, I'm starting to learn and remember people's real names. With today being Mother's Day as well, I'm pretty sure all the drivers will be looking to do their mother figures proud this evening. I'm pretty sure the mothers are in the are at the track this evening as well, despite the lockdown. But a big shout out to Mick Schumacher. It's his birthday today. Big 21 today. So Mick Schumacher, big happy birthday from all of us here at the XRL. We hope you're having a wonderful day with your family. And as always, Michael, keep fighting. Of course.
So we've got Matt Anderson coming on an outlap. Waddington still staying in the pit, which is interesting. Does he have a qualifying ban? I don't think he does.
No, I don't think he does. But I do know that he likes to wait right until the last minute.
Well, he has done that in the past, and it's not really worked out as much as he would like.
Yeah. He almost missed out last night in TOTD because he left it right to the last minute and it was raining in qualifying. So he was lucky that he got himself through, but he definitely could have done a better position.
Yeah, I think what he'll need to do is he'll need to actually think about putting in a banker lap just to be safe before taking these unnecessary risks. I mean, sometimes it's paid off, sometimes it hasn't.
Well, 2 minutes, 50 seconds remaining, and he's still in the pits. But I'm on board with Anderson at the moment, coming round. Last turn looking quite smooth. Saved a lot of the RS for the home straight. Where's it going to put in?
1 minute 5, 182. My word, look how close the field is. From Bauer all the way down to Allen. First to 15th, a second separating them.
Yeah. It was like yesterday we had it, obviously, that's unrealistic, and the whole grid were pretty much only separated by like a second, maybe a second and a half. Which is pretty much almost what you got here. It's anybody's game, really.
Yeah. And Piccolo improves on his time, 1 minute 5.415.
I think Waddington is going to be starting at the back of the grid because there's no sign of him coming out.
Yeah, minute 20 to go, surely. Surely he's left it too late. Yeah, minute 10, he's going to be starting at the back of the grid. Well,
Yeah, definitely.
From Waddington. He doesn't normally make mistakes like that, but he's left it far too late. He's not going to be able to get a lap in at all.
I'm wondering if the coronavirus is starting to take effect in the Red Bull garage and they've just not got his car ready for him.
Well, that could be a valid concern.
Lopez sat in 15th in the danger zone, so...
Yeah, Jack Smith, Waddington and LeBlanc, they're all out. And, yellow flags in sector 2, that is...
it's
Callum MacArthur!
Yeah,
MacArthur's had a spin!
Saw that. CJ Allen is the only one on track at the moment that is
He's the only one that can improve.
take himself out, and he's up.
Well.
He's up by 0.76. I'm not very good with mathematics, but if he carries on at this pace, not enough.
It's not going to be enough at the moment.
Here we go then. Where is he going to
down the final corner? What's his time going to be?
Ooh.
He doesn't. He improves, but he just misses out.
Just misses out. So
15 thousandths of a second slower. And Lopez would have knocked him back down anyway, regardless.
Oh God,
Lopez
yes.
just improved a 1 minute 5.3. So the entire field separated by 1.2 seconds. Actually, scratch that, 1.1 seconds separating the entire field. Wow. So, Chris Allen, Elijah LeBlanc, Jack Smith, and Anthony Waddington, who didn't set a lap time. That's who's eliminated from this part of qualifying. Well, that's a turn up for the books. Not very often Waddington leaves it as late as that.
No. Is he gonna try and do the comeback race? Starting last,
a potential
to take the win.
Potentially a last to first challenge. I think that might be what he's going for. I mean, it's not the first time we've seen things like that happen.
Well, yeah, and it's it's not the first time that he's done it before. I'm sure last season was starting a bit further down the grid and still ended up going to win the race.
Yeah, and of course last season in Mexico, I had the absolute pleasure of being able to commentate on that race. He didn't have the best of qualifying. Well, he actually had a qualifying ban. He actually had a qualifying ban that day, and all he had to do was finish ahead of Owen Lewis to secure the championship, and he managed to do that based on penalty countback.
Yeah, that's quite an impressive job to do that. So we've got a few strategy calls here. Go on, sorry.
And then of course, the monstrous start that he managed to pull out of the bag at that race as well. That was definitely. I mean, seeing performances like that definitely show why he is the current champion.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it looks like everyone is doing mediums or softs. It's about 50-50 at the moment as far as who's on mediums and who's on softs.
7 on the mediums. 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8 on the softs. So there's a good old different calls of strategies going on here. Looks like the Ferraris are the first ones to be possibly setting a lap time, maybe, or Ultimate Arrow, I think, in the Mercedes.
Yeah. Arthur Bowler is just ahead of Anthony Bauer. Different tyre compounds for the two. Bowler on softs and Bauer on mediums. Yellow flags in sector 2. That's one of the. I think that's the Renault of Michael Booker, I would imagine. Or is it the Haas? Yeah, it's the Haas of Pete Polini.
In sector 2, yeah, getting out of the way. And it is, Arrow is going to be the first one to set a lap time. 1
minute 4.9. What's Bauer going to do? 1 minute 5.5, but it looks like...
It's invalidated.
Yeah, that's
so
interesting. 1 minute
JBL.
6.1 for JBL. 5.5 for Piccolo. And Owen Lewis, he's invalidated his lap.
Michael Booker managing to also get himself through into Q2, so he's now on a hot lap.
Yeah, not very often you can say that he made it into Q2 this season.
He's done it a few times. Remember, he shocked at the start of the season. He shocked a few people by putting himself into Q3 because he made the right strategy call when it started raining. Obviously, at the time, I was his teammate and was quite annoyed with him about that. But you know, it was still points for the team, so it's good to see that he's not going to give up a fight. He's going to carry on.
Yeah.
Looking like a good time at the moment.
So he is very good with getting setups put together. Absolutely, it's just a case of being able to translate that into race pace.
That's
let's
exactly
go across the line. 1 minute 5.6 puts him fourth.
Well done.
Just ahead of his teammate as well.
Is on the softs as well though, so still a hell of a lap time though for Booker.
There could be slightly could be a slight disadvantage heading into the race. Because of course the tyres you set your fastest lap on in this part of qualifying, those are the tyres you start the race on.
Yeah, that's if you go through to Q3. I think with having some of these drivers up at the top on the softs is going to make some of the others go, okay, I'm going to change my strategy and not be out for Q2. Jorge is on an out lap as well.
Anderson 106.0.
Someone spun it in sector 2.
I think that was one of the alphas.
I think it was Pushka maybe.
Possibly, yeah. But we'll see what happens. I'm with Jorge right now in the Toro Rosso.
I've got some information on why Mr. Waddington did not come out for qualifying. Coronavirus affected him and he fell asleep.
Oh no!
So he's going to be like, well, why didn't my race engineer wake me up? Unlucky Waddington, you're going to have to put a show on now.
Well, it brings a whole new meaning to caught napping.
Oh yes.
I'll say that is definitely not like him to have something like that happen.
I can't believe that. Falling asleep. I might try that. A good lap for Jorge though, 1608. Put him into ninth.
Absolutely. And Owen Lewis, 105.1. Polini, 105.8.
Also, I've just seen Anthony Bauer has changed his strategy to the softs to go and set a lap time. He originally tried it on the mediums, but I think invalidated them, so...
Yeah, there is that, yeah. So we probably need to worry about making sure he gets into the next part of qualifying.
Yes, yeah, most definitely. Set purple sector 1 so far.
That's definitely a good start.
But if we look at the tyres, a lot of these drivers have already decided that they're going to switch their strategy at the start. This is going to be one super lap from Anthony here. Purple 1 and 2.
Beautiful through the final corner. 104.6. How's about that?
Go.
And you've got to think he's one of the favourites to win.
Well, especially with his biggest opponent starting at the back of the grid in the other Red Bull.
Yeah, his teammate.
I'll see what's going on here. I think Ant slipped Ant some sleeping tablets in the practice session to make sure that he sticks this on pole.
The savagery of that.
It wouldn't surprise me. So who have we still got to set a lap time? Pushka?
Just Pushkar and Lopez.
Pushka's invalidated his again.
So
he's gonna...
But he's still got time. We've got Lopez coming out of the... the pits now on his outlap. It's Jorge, Anderson, JBL, Pushkar and Lopez. Those are the drivers that are in danger of being eliminated right now. And Pushkar indeed back into the pits.
Yeah, he definitely has time to stick on some fresh boots and try again.
Absolutely.
Ooh, it's definitely that time of the day. It's obviously not F1 related, but the sun has just obviously appeared into my window and is now bouncing into my face, and I can't see anything. There we go. I'll move and can actually see. Oh, no pun intended there, Waddington, was there? Yeah. Ant was like, well, I'm definitely going to have to catch a few of these napping now, aren't I? Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. That is brilliant. Pushkar on an outlap as well.
Yeah, Caesar on a hot lap. 6:2:47 was the middle time. That's possibly a bit days low. Oh, well, turning things back up again now. But is this going to be enough to get him out of the drop zone? 1:05, 1:06. I don't think it is. He's going to have to go again.
1:08.
I didn't see a mistake. Maybe just traffic or something got in his way.
I think it was more than likely traffic, yeah.
JBL not coming back out at the moment, so he's obviously having a little think about how he's going to get himself back up the grid a little bit. Maverick, though, 1:04.8. He just set. That's a pretty good lap time.
We've got half a dozen drivers, Bauer down to Bowler, all in the 1:04s.
Wilson is now on an outlap with Calzone as well. So they're definitely going to push as hard as they can, I think.
Push car 1:05.1, puts him 9th.
Don't
like everyone will
to be safe.
Looks like everyone's going to be starting on the softs at this point.
And yeah, God, everybody wants to fight to get into Q3. JBL starting his hot lap now. Are we going to see any of the famous JBL just brake late moves around Austria? Because it's one of the few tracks that you're able to pull off the dive bombs and the late lunges around here.
Well, I've tried it before, and I tried it earlier this week, and it backfired spectacularly.
Yeah, I was trying to defend against some of them earlier on in some practice sessions, and that quite didn't go to plan either. Oh, I see a spider. Oh, hello, spider. It's gone again. Oh. See if we get it on yours. No. JBL up into 8th now, though. That's 1:05.14.
Yeah.
Where...
So there we go. That's the checker flag's down. Push car in danger of being eliminated. Irving can still improve. Piccolo can still improve. Booker can still improve. He doesn't.
Nope. So that's Caesar and Booker definitely out.
And Piccolo improves.
Pushing
push car.
That's it. Sorry.
Push car into the drop zone. So only Irving and MacArthur can improve on their lap times, but MacArthur's had another off.
Oh dear. Irving is up on his time by a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be enough. There he is in the grass.
Around the final corner, DRS open. What's his time going to be? He improves!
And he does it.
And Irving's made it! So Piccolo, Nigam, Lopez, Booker and MacArthur
What
all
has happened
out.
to JBL?
He retired in the pits. He retired in the pit lane. He's happy with what he's done.
Oh yeah, he is definitely through. So can Calzone improve? Oh no, he is into the pits as well.
No, that's it. Everyone's done.
Dum dum dum.
So let's just recap the top 10 that are through into the pole position shootout. Anthony Bauer, Owen Lewis, Matt Anderson, Pete Polini, Dean Barry, Jorge Simone, Chris Harley, Arthur Bowler, JBL, and Irving Diaz. And you've got Matt Piccolo, Chris Carneghan, Cesar Lopez, Michael Booker, and Callum MacArthur. Those are the drivers that are out of this part of qualifying.
I'm still quite impressed with Booker's efforts here. Obviously, one of the, without sounding harsh or disrespectful, slower guys of these groups, made everybody switch their strategies up and change things around a little bit. So he's definitely going to be a game changer in the race. Maybe anything can happen here.
Potentially. But we'll see what happens as we now head into the pole position shootout. Everyone apart from Matt Anderson out on track at the moment.
This is where we could possibly see a little bundle up in the last sort of part of the turn so everybody gets some free space.
Purple sector 2 for Chris Harley.
Yeah, that's exactly who I was on board with. I got a little bit distracted from his helmet from the camera view there. You know the little side one that it does where it looks through the halo? It's a
Very
lovely,
true, yeah.
lovely helmet there. He's got,
But there we go. Oh, 1 minute 4.7 for Harley. 1 minute 4.8 for Bowler. 1:05.0 for Bauer. Anderson's on an outlap now. Irving. 1:05.1. Got the Ferraris next.
well, both Ferraris and the Alfa Romeo
Dean
look
getting
like
a
they're
toe.
all
Dean getting a toe from JBL there. That's an interesting call. Lewis, 1:04.9.
actually, that's a good shout. Those Ferraris are definitely pulling that toe quite well. Dean's moving out of the way now.
And then JBL out of the way. Dean Barry full speed ahead. Here we go.
That is brilliantly played to the way that they did that. That's definitely going to help him out.
I think that could be very advantageous. Especially, this is one of those tracks where getting a toe is definitely very handy. Oh, but Dean invalidated the lap.
Oh no! After all
That
of
was
that,
unfortunate. That is unfortunate, and JBL
very
into the pits.
That's just all that work for nothing. And we've got Anderson coming.
We've got Anderson round the final corner. What's he going to do?
1-0.
0-5-0. So it's Chris Harley, Arthur Bowler, Jorge Simone, Owen Lewis, Matt Anderson, Anthony Bauer, Irving Diaz, Pete Polini, Dean Barry and JBL. That is your top 10 as it stands at the moment. There's about 6 minutes left. There's still time to go for another run. JBL's on an out lap now.
I was just doing some little bit of reading and information about this track. Did you know it opened in 1969 and was built as a replacement for the unloved Zeltweg Airfield circuit lower down the hillside, which has been used since 1958 to 1968.
Oh, how's about that?
Yeah, the track length is 2.683 miles long, so in kilometres 4.318.
And of course it's the shortest track on the calendar based on its lap time.
Yeah, I think the only one that sort of comes close is Monaco, isn't it?
That's the shortest track on the calendar. That's just in general the shortest track on the calendar, just over 2 miles long. But lap time wise, you're probably looking at somewhere like Brazil that would come close as far as lap time is concerned.
Yeah. They sold the racetrack to Red Bull in 2004, and plans were hatched to extend the circuit to the west, incorporating sections of the original course, which had lain dormant since the rebuild. The £485 million project would also see facilities for a race school, auto museum, hotel, and a home for Mexiato Aircraft's collections. It's quite good.
Yeah, Dean Barry's the only driver yet to set a lap time, but again, just like earlier on in this part of qualifying, it's JBL.
I think he's going to give
giving him
JBL a tow. Was he giving him a tow, or was he just slowing himself down to take a tow? I think it's his turn for the tow.
Dean Barry returning the favour here. Oh no. Oh, then you've got JBL back ahead, because Dean Barry yet to set a lap time. JBL in the pits. 3 minutes to go.
Mechanical sack though, 146, sticking it back on pole. I've been waiting for that to appear.
The fastest lap time I've seen around this track was Mike Malis back in season 1 of TOTD. He managed to do a 1 minute 4.5 104 for his pole position lap.
We had a glitchy time yesterday of a 103 something, but we definitely know that was not an official time. It was the game going, I'm going to lag out a little bit here and throw it in.
Here comes Dean across the line. DRS open. What's his time going to be? Well, how's about that? 1 minute 4:9.87. Puts him 6th. Only about half a second separating the top 10 right now.
Yeah. And we've still got more wanting to come out for outlaps.
Yeah, we've got Polini and, as I say that, Polini into the 1 minute 4s as well now. 1 minute 4.8. You got Bowler, Polini, Jorge, Barry's just had a lap. Anderson, Irving, they're all on. They're all.
Anderson is.
JBL's just come out.
Hot lap.
JBL's just come out as well. But looks like Bauer electing to stay in the pit lane. He's going to wait it out to see if he keeps pole position. And Dean Barry into the pits. He feels he's done all he can today. Anderson doing very well with his ERS management. Comes around the final corner, turns it up. 5, 6, 7, and across the line. Another man into the 1 minute 4s.
Yeah, we only
This
have
is
two,
definitely going to be interesting for race pace.
No, we only have one person now that is not into the 104s, and that is JBL. Come on, JB.
He's just started his lap as well.
Oh, bit of boost went
and he's
quicker,
improved.
But
he's improving on his time.
It wasn't enough to take Anthony Bauer off of pole position.
Yeah, Bauer, Bowler, Polini, Barry, they're all in the pits.
Of course, something going on track with both of the Toro Rossos there. I'm not quite sure what that is about. JB is up, but I don't think it's enough to put him into the 1-4s. Let's see what he can do in the last sector.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what he can pull out of the bag here. Round the final corner.
Ooh,
3,
took a lot of that curve.
4.
No,
he lost a lot of time in the final sector.
Unlucky.
And Irving's aborted his lap, essentially. And the Toro Rossos, they've abandoned their laps. Jorge invalidated his. So it's Anthony Bauer on pole position. Not very often you can say that a team bookends the field.
No, you are right, it's not. That is everybody done then, really, isn't it? We're just waiting for Jabelu to cross the line here, and he doesn't improve again. He's lost time again in the final sector. So that is everybody through with 104s, except JBL. You had to let the team down, didn't you? Still
you had
impressive.
one job and you couldn't even do that properly.
That's it. One job. But no, to be fair, it's still a hell of a lot quicker time than I'll ever set. So, congratulations to all. Mechanical sack, though, 2 days in a row, taking pole position. Took it yesterday in TOTD. And
I haven't had a chance to watch the TOTD race from last night,
God,
but I did notice that it got exported relatively quickly last night, straight onto the YouTube channel.
Yeah, but well, now I have access to like a proper laptop. Obviously, I streamed it, and I was like just having a look, and I was like, I don't need to hand this over to anybody. I can do it myself. So I did.
There you go.
But yeah, that race was very eventful and was actually quite hard to commentate on because there was just so much track action going on. It was really difficult, but I did my best and it's come out quite well. I watched it back myself this morning and made myself laugh, which is a bit... But yeah, it was definitely, when you get some time over the next couple of evenings, give that one a watch.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially now that I've got a bit more time on my hands, I'll be able to put a bit more time into putting together the season-long highlight reel.
Oh yes, I almost did a highlight for that actually, because Twitch was telling me like 90% or something viewers that watch a highlight come back and watch the whole event.
But anyway, nevertheless, here we go, guys. It is round 9 of the Extreme 1 Racing League. We are at the Red Bull Ring here in Austria. Despite the small land area that Austria has, it borders a massive 8 different countries. And about 32% of the country is below 1,640 feet. So the hills will definitely be alive with the sound of Formula 1 engines very shortly. 2.86 miles this circuit is, 3 DRS zones, 10 corners, 3 to the left and 7 to the right. Some of the action zones to look out for. The run down to turn 1, often a chaotic affair, as the first season of TOTD can attest to. Then we've got the controversial coming together of Hamilton and Rosberg in 2016 on the run through turn 3, and then a classic rivalry back in 1998, Häkkinen versus Schumacher, the run down to turn 4. What a battle that was. The 3 tyre compounds we have with us, it's the middle 3 of the Pirelli range, the C4, the soft, about 7/10 quicker than the mediums, and 1.2 seconds faster than the hards. And you're looking at roughly 21 to 22 seconds for your pit stop. So here's the starting grid then. It is Anthony Bauer on pole position. A fantastic performance for him. Then you've got Chris Harley on the front row with him. And then Arthur Bowler, a championship contender, in third. Pete Polini, our X2 champion from I think it was X2 from champion from last season.
I think so.
But nevertheless, Pete Polini in fourth, Jorge Simon in fifth, Owen Lewis sixth. Then you've got Irving Diaz in seventh, Matt Anderson alongside him. Then you've got the 2 Ferraris, Dean Barry and JBL. Matt Piccolo in the McLaren starting the second half of the field. Pushkar Nigam for Alfa Romeo. Then you've got Cesar Lopez in 13th, Michael Booker in 14th. Good performance from him getting into the second part of qualifying. Callum MacArthur and Chris Allen behind him on row 8. Elijah LeBlanc 17th. And then you've got Jack Smith in the other Haas in 18th. And then bookending the field is Anthony Waddington, who didn't set a lap time in qualifying.
How hard is Mr. Sleepy Anthony Waddington going to push at the start of this race to make up some of them positions? 1 Red Bull at the front, 1 at the back. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, he will definitely be a man on a mission. So here we go, everyone readying up now. Here come the lights, and when they go out, it will be race time in Austria. The front row getting off to a good start. Jorge had a good start as well, as did Owen Lewis. Waddington's already made a few places off the start. Any first corner carnage? Nothing at the moment.
No, but we did have a home straight incident of CJ Ann and Jet trying to push each other into the wall, which gave Waddington a good couple of positions. I'm glad I jumped straight to the back of the grid for that. I've got a little bit bundled up on turn 2 of everybody just wanting to get... I've got no game sound, that's not very fair. Where's my game sound gone? Oh, there we go. But yeah, it looks like all went quite smoothly at the start, apart from that little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, look at this. Anthony Waddington, he's already up against Pushkar for 11th place, almost touching, and he's already up into 11th place.
Jesus. Got all of the medium runners at the back as well now, apart from Lopez. What happened to Lopez? Why is he at the back of the grid? McLaren losing the position to Smooth in 15th. That was a little bit of slide.
Yeah, there's well, the biggest winner off the start there, Anthony Waddington, 8 places off the start. I mean, this is definitely Mexico all over again, and he's back. He's now having a go at the Ferraris.
We have McLaren off well into.
Oh, it's Piccolo.
Piccolo's
had it off.
Definitely. Don't know if it was contact or just his own doing, but that has definitely put him 7 seconds behind the car in front now. So he's got no wing damage I can see.
He's got no damage, which is.
But I've got to see this.
He'll be relieved about.
Anthony Waddington very late on the brakes into turn 2 to catch these Ferraris, as you were saying.
Well, this could prove to be very concerning if you can't get past the Ferraris at any point. Because he's got Pushkar right behind him as well. And Waddington's turned his ERS down. But you'll have a crack down the main straight, but you've got JBL who has DRS. I mean, look like you've got We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cars all within DRS range of each other.
Yeah, that is one gigantic train.
Yeah, talking of which, right at the front of the train, Owen Lewis and Pete Polini battling over 5th place, side by side down the straight, heading down to turn 4. Polini has the advantage. He's going to have the inside line. Shuts the door on Anderson. Thank you very much. I'll take that from you.
Yeah.
Very well played there from Polini.
It was a nice move. Just watched it back. Got Mr. Wilson, JBL, all over the back of Dean with Waddington trying to gain some positions here.
Well, I think JBL is doing
Starting
a very
to
good job.
Struggle. He's just gone off
He's
the
doing
track
a very
though.
good job as the wingman. As I say that, Waddington, DRS wide open and gets past with ease.
Anderson has left the
Technical
session.
Anderson now.
I will send him an invite back if I can.
And Dean having a crack at Anderson.
No, I can, yes. There we go.
Yes,
Mr. Anderson invite. He is through. Oof. Pushka as well, thinking that I'm going to have
JBL
a
right on the
Ferrari.
back of Waddington.
No, it's not.
I mean, look at that. Waddington in 5 laps has gone up 10 places.
Yeah, into 9th.
And we got and that's Anderson back in. And something's happened to JBL. What on earth happened to JBL there? He lost like 3 places just like that.
I did see. He caught the left-hand curb on the exit of the final turn, which slowed him down. And obviously, and everybody else just managed to catch on DRS. But I think it might have been Anderson's AI car there that might have just held some of them up for a little bit. He's not going to be happy about that.
Yeah. But a little further up ahead, a 3-way scrap for
Booker taking the fight to his boss. Oof. Trying a sneaky move on Lopez.
The 3-car scrap for the lead. Bauer, Bowler and Harley, they are battling for the lead at the moment, all within DRS range of each other.
Oh god, yes they are, aren't they?
And this is very interesting. Everyone on softs is ahead of everyone on mediums.
Oh my god. So it's going to come down to pit stop battles for them then.
Absolutely. We had Jack Smith with his first time penalty of the day. Irving Diaz getting a time penalty as well. Chris Harley gets past Bowler without much difficulty. But Bowler is going to have another run at Harley heading up to turn 3. Dean Barry with a time penalty as well now. And Polini getting past Jorge. Jorge getting in on the switchback.
Michael Booker has just overtaken Lopez, so the first of the medium running cars to start making his way back up the field.
Yeah, the soft tyres don't last long round here.
No, they do not.
But mind you could say the same about the mediums as well. Here comes Waddington on Dean Barry. This is for 8th place. Run down to turn 1. Still side by side. And Waddington gets through. And he almost loses the back end. Dean Barry could take advantage here. Can't quite do so. There's Barry on the outside line. Waddington with the racing line. But now Barry's going to have DRS on Waddington heading down to turn 4.
was some brilliant defence there from Waddington, but
Absolutely.
further back down the field, we've still got Michael Booker and Cesar Lopez fighting for dear life. This is almost just...
And what if he gets past? Irving's had it off. Irving Diaz has had it off. Where is he?
Sector 3.
He's had a spin. He's had a spin. And it's just all falling apart for him. There he is. Waddington now up into 7th place.
He is into the pits now. He's
There you go.
taken some wing damage.
I would imagine so. Let's have a look and see if he has. But 8 laps on those softs. Like I say, the soft tyres don't last long around here. And it is a front wing change. Yep. His
He's
right end
onto
plate
another
gone.
set of softs.
He'll be going for a set of mediums.
No, he went for the softs and mediums at the end. Then maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He'll be going for the mediums towards the end of the race.
Because I don't think them softs are gonna make it to the end.
Yeah. Anyway, Chris Harley right on the back of Anthony Bauer. This for the lead.
Bauer later on the brakes. Doing a stellar job of defence here, considering both of these cars.
For him. Chris Harley.
He left the door open.
He goes for it. Still side by side. But Bauer's going to have the inside line here.
They touch. They touch just a little bit.
Still side by side. And Bauer back into the lead. And also what's happened with JBL. He's lost a couple of places. And
oh my god.
And Harley gets me just like that.
Yeah.
Pit stop race now. Here we go. It's Bauer and Bowler. Who's going to have the quicker pit stop? Mediums for Bauer. Mediums for Bowler as well. And Bauer gets ahead.
We got a lot of cars coming into the pits now.
Absolute masterstroke from Bauer, and there's been a spin. It's MacArthur. MacArthur's had a spin on the exit of turn 1.
Yeah, that was unlucky for him. He hasn't got damage, but that's definitely going to affect his race.
Absolutely.
And we have another spin in sector 2.
It's Owen
Alfa
Lewis.
Romeo.
It's Owen Lewis had a spin now. He's managed to avoid the worst of the damage, but he's coming into the pits.
That would be a good call, so I don't think he's going to have to. And here we go, I knew that was coming. Speeding in the pit lane.
5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, look at that. Horgay and Waddington battling for 3rd place now. They'll still need to come in for a stop. I mean, 11 laps on those soft tyres. They're doing very well to get them to last as long as they have. A yellow flag to sector 2. That's Booker. Booker in the Renault, losing a couple of places. Waddington does indeed come into the pits, as does Jorge. Got another pit stop race on our hands here. It's mediums. Absolutely brilliant there from Waddington. He hasn't lost as many places as he would have feared. He's only gone down to 10th. He's still got a few drivers ahead of him yet to make a stop. Waddington getting past Booker. Now he's got Dean Barry ahead of him. Barry has a lunge for Piccolo for 7th place. Goes around the outside. And he makes it stick, just like that. And now Waddington wants a piece of the action. He has a lunge, and there he goes. He gets through with ease. And Chris Harley into the pits.
And we've got Lopez as well, going into the pits.
Lopez in the pits now. Waddington up into 7th after making that stop.
Look at the guys.
Irving with
first and
a time
second.
penalty.
13 lap old softs they're still running around on, so they must be pretty close to making a pit stop. But
surely they'll
definitely
be reaching the
working
cliff
for them.
edge. So surely they'll be reaching the cliff edge at some point. And Pete Polini into the pits now. Pushkar electing to stay out. And we're going to have 20 laps to go after this. We're almost halfway through the race. Those that are on mediums right now, and oh! That's Piccolo's had it off! Piccolo's had it off.
And he just
Straight
makes
into the
it
pit lane.
into the emergency pit lane one. Surprised he didn't get a penalty for that.
Yeah, he would have got. I would imagine he would have got like, a 5-second penalty for not going through, for being on the wrong side of the bollard, like what happened to Lewis in Germany last season.
Does the game actually implement them penalties though? Because I didn't see anything flash
Well,
up.
those sort of penalties aren't actually applied in this game.
Okay.
But Lewis Hamilton did end up with a 5-second penalty for entering the pit lane on the wrong side of the bollard after his off at Germany. And I mean, that was a chaotic race.
And we got the leader
Pushkar into the pits. Waddington now up into 5th place. But you've got to ask yourself, can they push the medium tyres through to the end, or will they need to go for another set of soft tyres?
I think if they aren't continuously fighting, they can go towards the end with some tyre management. If they start to fight, I think it's going to be a struggle to get these tyres to the end, but it all depends on who's better than looking after the tyres. Anthony Waddington all over the back and meet Dean here. He is definitely
this for
fourth place. Anderson and Maverick
Waddington has
in the background.
So Waddington has shown that he does have great race pace. And I think safe to say this weekend, now more than ever, he will be determined to close the gap on Philip Nilsson for the lead in the championship, as Michael Booker gets a time penalty. And virtual safety car's out. What happened there? What happened to bring the virtual safety car?
So sure. I didn't see any yellow flags.
I mean, nobody's
maybe
nobody's retired, but you've got both Mercedes drivers coming into the pits.
They're double stacking as well. That is not going to work for them. Oh dear.
Definitely not ideal. We've
not
seen a couple of double
strategy
stacking incidents that backfired spectacularly.
Well,
in the
that's
course of
Arrow
last season.
retiring, but unfortunately he's done it in the wrong place. So the game is still going to spit his car out on track like it just has. Oh no, it's what? Stopped in the pits, in the pit lane.
So that's our first retirement of the day.
Out.
And Michael
yes.
Booker into the pits. Michael Booker into the pits now. 17 laps on those mediums. Onto the softs.
Islo, sorry, you jinxed them. It's all your fault. Cheering on the silver arrows, and now he's like, never mind. No, we're not going to make that mistake.
Good old commentator's curse.
Oh yes. But Mechanical Sack though, in the lead, with it is Chris, isn't it? Chris's bearded boost, isn't he? It's definitely catching him.
Yeah, Chris Harley, yeah.
Yes. Waddington still all over the back of Dean.
Yeah. I talked about it in the TOTD show yesterday. Did we manage to get the X2 race done last week? Because I've seen the championship standings haven't been updated.
No.
For
what we're doing is we're postponing it, so it's not been cancelled. We're going to carry on with the normal calendar to keep in ties with all the other sort of leagues, but when we get to our little summer break, we're going to do it there. So we still will run France, just slightly in a different order.
Yeah, because I talked about the X3 race for France having technical issues, where they're going to be running it at the end of the season, providing F1 2020 hasn't already come out by that point. But if it has come out before the end of the season, then it means that France will not be part of the X3 Championship.
Yeah. Well, if the new game comes out when it's meant to, with the way the world is unfolding at the moment, I would
imagine they'll still be developing the game, even if it means having to work from home. Waddington's still trying to find a way past Dean Barry. I mean, the gap between the leaders and this battle for the last podium position, it's quite a sizable advantage that Bauer and Harley have at the moment. Because you've got Chris Allen, who's about 8 seconds behind the battle for the lead. And then you've got this battle for 4th, another 2 seconds down the road. Push car with another time penalty. Waddington still can't get past. It looks like you've got Chris Allen and Callum MacArthur 20 laps on those mediums. Now, if they're smart with their tyre management, they might be able to get away with a one-stop using the softs. Waddington having a lunge. He's going to go for it.
He's done it. I think
And he makes it stick.
I think Dean... Oh, no, Dean is definitely coming back. As you say, we thought he made it stick.
Waddington's going to have the inside line. There you go.
I
there it is.
think he is through now, so that's going to leave everybody else to play Hungry Hungry Hippos with Mr. Meat Dean.
Yeah, there you've got. But now wanting to look at that, he's already within DRS range of Chris Harley. Chris Allen, sorry. I got the wrong Chris there. Flipping hamburgers. and as I say that, Chris Harley just got into the lead of the race.
How did he do it?
He got Bauer on the run down to turn 3.
Ooh.
Waddington closing in fast on Chris Allen. He's already within half a second of him.
Anderson and Maverick both got past Dean as well at the same point, so that's going to be a little train to catch the leaders now.
Absolutely. And you've got to think, when is this rain that's been forecast, when is that going to hit? As Waddington into 3rd place. How's about that? 19th to 3rd. And this is why he is the defending champion. As Chris Allen's lost a lot of places, and he's lost another one. He went from 3rd down to 7th, just like that. Bauer and Harley still battling over the lead. They're 11 seconds ahead of the battle for the 3rd place as Anderson gets past Waddington. Where's this pace come from?
Yeah, because they're 12 lap old medium tyres, so let's have a look. He's not really using a lot of the RS, but enough.
What he's doing, yeah, he's charging up the ERS to have a crack at going for the fastest lap. 22 laps, and LeBlanc's had an incident. And safety car is out.
That is into the wall.
Yeah.
Oh my
into
God.
the wall on the run down to turn 3. Now, this is going to be interesting. With the rain forecast towards the end of the race, are we going to see people switch to intermediates anytime soon?
Wow. I can actually see rain, so it is just starting to come down. 14 laps remaining. Could be.
12 laps after this one. And you've got Booker and Piccolo, they're coming into the pits. They might as well take advantage of this while they can.
Yeah, but the thing is...
And there it is! There it is! There's the rain!
How heavy is it going to come down?
There it is! And Chris Harley comes in. Are they going to go for intermediates? And he does come in. Polini comes in. Waddington electing to stay out.
I would. I think this...
The Red Bulls are now 1st and 2nd. And Pete Polini first to go on to the intermediates.
Too early. Far too early. Maverick
Chris Allen on the intermediates as well.
Idika doing the same. There's a few of them that have gone for it, but I think it's far too early. They're going to burn out before.
Callum MacArthur with a time penalty as well. My goodness me. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, you go. You've got. There's the one of the Toro Rossos. Jack Smith, 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. It's one of the Toro Rossos. It's, I think it's Jorge, or is it Irving? It's Irving Diaz.
Irving.
Matt Anderson. He can't get past because you're not allowed to overtake under the safety car conditions.
No, not until they catch the safety car queue, and then it should give them a green. But
so that's both Mercedes out of the race. That'll be that's a massive hammer blow for the Constructors' Championship for them.
yeah, I've got a feeling these guys that have just whacked the inters on are slowly going to be regretting this.
Yes, absolutely.
See, this is where the safety car now should let Ivan through. It's yellow at the moment. Come on, yeah, go on, squeeze your way past Ivan. It will let you do it. Catch up to the safety car and it will give you a green light.
Nevertheless, here is the running order on lap 26. It is Anthony Bauer leading, Waddington second, Pushkar Nagam third, Chris Harley fourth, Matt Anderson fifth, Pete Polini sixth, Dean Barry seventh, Chris Allen eighth, Cesar Lopez ninth, Owen Lewis rounding up the top 10, Callum MacArthur, Michael Booker, Jorge Simone, JBL, Jack Smith, Matt Piclou and Irving Diaz.
Also, are we going to see team orders?
I think
from the Red Bulls.
That is an interesting prospect, but I think realistically it will be just a case of just letting them race amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, the Red Bull are leading the Constructors' Championship. With where they are right now, Waddington will be just 2 points behind Philip Milson in the Drivers' Championship. And it's Matt Piclou, interestingly, who has the fastest lap of the race. But it's Chris Harley who's got the fastest lap inside the top 10. So I'm trying to work this out. If the fastest lap outside the top 10 is the fastest lap of the race, does that mean they get 3 points instead of 2?
Oh, I don't know. That's how I would do that. We've got safety car in this lap.
Everyone bunching up. Bauer drops the hammer. Irving Diaz, time penalty. Green flags are out, and it's race time once again. I mean, everyone in the midfield was bunched up.
Oh, so we have spins. From the looks of the track map, there's Williams and a Toro Rosso.
Callum MacArthur, yes, and Irving Diaz.
They're all bunching up as well towards turn 2 as
Chris
well.
Harley gets past Waddington.
Uh-oh, that can't be good.
JBL plummeting down the order. What on earth has happened to him? Oh, and Chris Harley having a go at Bauer.
A McLaren spun in sector 3.
Oh, that's Chris Allen. Owen Lewis.
Master, yeah, Owen Lewis.
Yeah, I think he sees the gravity of his mistake there. 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Waddington gets past Bauer. On to another set of inters.
He is just pulling away, isn't he?
And Chris Harley, he's already pulling. Look at that, he's pulling away from everybody. And Bauer's into the pits.
Is he going? Is this it?
Race
Is
control
Bauer
saying
going?
DRS enabled,
So if it's still enabled.
but I would imagine it's.
He's gone to the
DRS is
inters.
actually disabled.
Yeah, I think now is probably the right time to
So I think-
go for the inters.
So I think Bauer, with how he timed that pit stop, absolute masterstroke.
The problem is as well though, the guys that are already on the inters, they're not going to make it to the 6 laps to go. Well, they might do, but no,
Yeah,
they're going to be
Chris Allen on
really
another set
hot.
of softs. Why is he on
Wow.
another set of softs? Yeah, this is definitely the point in the race where you've got to think,
And
yeah,
there we go.
now's the time. There it is, DRS disabled. That's your cue.
That's the cue. So
Speaking
Anthony
from
Bauer
experience,
timed that
DRS
perfectly.
disabled. DRS disabled. That's my cue to change. That's my cue to change tyres. Chris Harley electing to stay out.
does he think he can go to the end on
That would be very ambitious if he
Waddington
does.
into the pits?
But Waddington's in the pits. Pushkar electing to stay out. Polini's still out on his inters. There's Waddington on his. Piccolo gets past. Smith gets past. Is his teammate going to get past? Yes, he does. What about JBL? Oh, it's going to be tight. But he gets ahead of JBL crucially.
He does, yeah. So the Red Bull's running back in tow again. That's the other guys up.
5 laps to go after this, and Chris Harley still on soft tyres. And you've got Pete Polini bearing down on him. The gap's down to nearly 7.5 seconds. Surely Chris has to come in. Yellow flags in sector 2. That's Owen Lewis. There we go. Harley does come in.
I think sadly he's left that far too late. He's just going to get eaten on the pit stops here.
Yeah, absolutely trounced there. Polini gets past. Who's going to be next to get through?
Push for into the pits as well. For
There's Piccolo, Barry. What about the Red Bulls? Are they going to get ahead?
yeah, Anthony Bauer's got past.
Bauer gets past, but is Waddington going to get past? No, he
right behind
isn't.
him.
Chris Harley manages to get ahead of Anthony Waddington. And you've got Dean Barry still out on soft tyres. And Waddington trying to get past Harley now.
Yeah, Waddington's not going to want to be staying behind that runner for much longer, is he? Owen has retired in the pits. He's obviously had enough of the rain. Dean, though, is now just getting absolutely eaten alive with everybody on the inters. That's just completely, well, as you call it, wild.
And Chris Harley into the back of Jack Smith. And Dean Barry finally into the pits. And Owen Lewis is out. Owen Lewis is out of the race.
Yeah, I called that one. He went into the pits and retired and... Oh, Chris has done
That's
again.
not good at all. The Hasses have spun. And Boynton has to take a body action. Oh my goodness me.
Dean is now into the pits as well for...
Yeah, finally. But he's still going out on soft tyres. Why is he not going on intermediates?
You nutcase, innit? What are you doing?
Absolute moron. And Chris Allen's still on soft tyres. I mean, they've got nothing left to lose at the end of the day.
No, not at all. We've got Mechanical Sack in third, 3 laps to make a gain up on the guys in front. I'll do a penalty count now. Let's see if the guys have some penalties.
It doesn't look like Waddington has any penalties at the moment.
No,
so he could end up making a couple of places.
Maverick has no penalties, so he's currently happily sat in first. Or Henku has no penalties. Mechanical Sack has no penalties. So all the top 3, it is a fight to the end between those.
Absolutely. 3 laps to go. Driver of the day?
Well, I'm not sure, mate. Let's just wait until the drama has actually all completely... And meet Dean again, into the pits. If he puts another set... he has another set of softs. What is he?
No, finally! Finally onto intermediates.
Oh, there we go.
Finally!
Yeah.
And Chris Allen into the pits, retires from the race.
I don't blame him. But yeah, no, for driver of the day, I'll wait until we are all across the line, because still anything can happen here.
Because you've got a couple of good candidates here. You've got Anthony Waddington, great recovery drive despite not being able to take part in qualifying. But Matt Piclou started outside the top 10 and he's into second place.
I'm going to see where position change. Maverick started 4th, so he'd only made it up.
He's only made up 3 places.
Yeah, no, Waddington is definitely the biggest gainer. The biggest loser is Ivan in the Toro Rosso, down 9 positions.
And Irving Diaz. Irving Diaz is in now. He's retired as well. So we're now down to 14. And we're on to the penultimate lap. So for me, my driver of the day got to be either Piclou or
Anthony Waddington. Yeah. If it stays like it is now, I'm going to go for Piclou, because, like you say, second place up there, stunning drive for the McLaren, but anything can happen. You know, Maverick only has to take one turn wrong and get a penalty. I don't think he's gonna, but that's all it does take.
Yeah.
And,
So, yeah,
but
here
then
we are,
no, Maverick
final
is,
lap.
Anthony Bauer is all over the back of him. So he could lose this position on the last lap.
He could lose that second place, but nevertheless, here is Pete Pellini. He's coming round the final corner now. He filled in as a reserve tonight. This will be a good momentum boost for him heading into his X2 race. Pete Pellini takes the checkered flag, but now we wait and see what happens as far as penalties are concerned. Pete keeps second place, Bauer keeps third, Waddington now up into fourth place.
Yeah, Chris
Fourth for
obviously had
Waddington.
penalties.
Pete Pellini wins the Austrian Grand Prix. First win of the season for Haas in X1.
Just going to have a look at fastest lap outside the top 10 is
Michael Booker.
Michael Booker does it again.
107.7. 107.0 for Piclu. So he got the fastest lap
So
of the race.
that's it. There we go. My driver of the day there then up the grid to second and to take the fastest lap of the race. Definitely driver of the day for me.
Got to be Matt Piclu. Massive congratulations to him, driver of the day. Anthony Bauer. But this will be a massive boost for the Red Bull team. They will continue to increase their gap at the top, increase their lead at the top of the championship standings. And I believe with that result, I think Bauer will take second place. No, he doesn't. He'll only be 2 points behind Waddington for second place.
Yeah, still a brilliant drive from Anthony Waddington, wasn't it, to get fourth in the end.
Yeah, the lead at the top of the championship now down to single digits, pending penalties. Waddington now 8 points behind in the championship hunt. So let's run through the order of the race. You've got Pete Pellini, first win for Haas this season. Matt Piclu, driver of the day. Anthony Bauer, pole position, third place. Waddington, what a recovery drive into fourth from 19th. Chris Harley, fifth. Lopez, sixth. JBL, Pushkar, Jorge, and Matt Anderson, that's your top 10. Michael Booker, fastest lap outside the top 10. Then you've got Jack Smith, Cal MacArthur, and Dean Barry. Irving Diaz, Chris Allen, Owen Lewis, Eliza LeBlanc, and Arthur Bowler. Those are your non-finishers.
What a race, though.
Yeah, that was definitely very action-packed. Can't wait to see what the rest of this evening has in store. But yeah, that is it for this evening's coverage of the X1 League. Coming up in about 15 minutes from now, you've got the X3 race at 7, and then at 8 you've got X2 as well. So you've got two
so I've
races
got a nice
to look
little
forward
break
to.
then.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go get myself ready for the X3 race. So Ben, thanks very much for joining me on commentary this evening.
More than welcome, buddy.
Yeah. So yeah, that is it, folks. Hope you guys are enjoying your Mother's Day, and we'll see you guys very shortly for X3, and then 8 o'clock for X2. Until then, good night from us, and thanks for watching.